Welcome to Season 4 of the Knack for Business podcast.
Today I'll talk about something I'm calling small business growth engine. It's a software, but I'll discuss it from a point of view of a user rather than anything else because I don't generally provide GHL services. And before, just quickly, the extension of what I was explaining about my business, I also am an advisor. So when I was in Ottawa, I used to be an advisor with Invest Ottawa. So the last 3 years, I've met about 200 plus entrepreneurs, small and medium from Ottawa, all non-tech businesses, because Invest Ottawa has a separate tech accelerator which takes care of tech businesses. And I gave them advice about scaling up or starting their business, or if they're facing early stage problems, basically. So while I was talking to them, I also figured, and I have had this problem also when I started to do a lot of things as a small business owner, that I had to wear many hats and caps, and so it's always difficult to juggle. And so I felt that this can be a solution for some people. So I'll take them through. So one of the biggest problems that we are seeing right now is the software fatigue problem. We have so many softwares to do so many things. And I'm saying what we are doing is we are paying a complexity tax. So we have if people use CRMs like HubSpot or something, and there is a X amount of cost for that. Some people use email marketing softwares like MailChimp. We have funnel softwares like ClickFunnels. We have our own calendars like Calendly. So if you want to schedule for our customers and our meetings and discovery calls, so that's there. And also to manage our reputation, like manage Google reviews and other reviews and testimonials from clients, we have Bird's Eye or something. Altogether, all the information is disconnected. Obviously, there is something called Zap or Zapier where we can connect softwares, but it's not the best of solutions. Again, you have things in different places, so it kind of creates silos. And then you have so many logins you have to remember and log in every time. And sometimes when you're seeing something here, you don't really connect that information from some big disconnected mess. And also, you're spending a huge amount of money, like 400 plus on spend. But apart from just the complexity of this problem and the cost, the real problem is that for a small business owner who has to do many things, you're actually spending 15, 20 hours a week just on these things, right? Especially because we know if you're not selling, your business will die. So, that's one of the most important, perhaps, activity that we have to do. We have to market ourselves and we have to sell. And in order to do this, we have to do, so many software. So I found what is called GoHighLevel as a very good solution, especially for small business owners. Everyone is saying AI powered now, so they also say that, but I felt that some of their things are really good. It kind of replaces a lot of these softwares, like up to 4 to 8 or 10 softwares for some people. And the benefit is that your marketing and sales talk to each other here, and I'll explain. So how did it all start? Last year, I think March, we had I wanted to get a appointment booker, like someone who can cold call my ideal customers and get appointments for me. And that would be agency owners. Like I explained to you, in North America, agency owners are my ideal customers. So I went into Upwork and I found a very good VA, a Filipino lady. She had a lot of experience doing cold calls. I recruited her. And when she started the work, she said, Afan, I want to use GoHello. And that immediately amused me a lot because at that point we had done some cold calling before, and it was always very specialized softwares that we needed just for cold calls. And this software is nothing else. They would only be dialers and recorders and all that. So I said, you're talking about a CRM. I knew about GoHighLevel, but a little. You're talking about CRM software. She said, no, it has everything. I said, okay. And then she started, and while I worked with her, I kind of got into it. And now I have forced my entire team to be on GoHighLevel. My entire sales team, part of my marketing team, they work through GHL. So what can it do? Like, I was surprised that it can be your enterprise level call center. Like, for example, maybe you can set up automated interactive voice responses. So people are calling and they're saying, okay, press this for sales, press this for support. You could route the way calls the way you want, so that's great. They have introduced in 2026 or end of 2025 the AI voice agents. So they can actually converse with a caller, answer FAQs, and even book calls. And I'll show you some numbers that they've shared of how many appointments these AI agents have booked calls. The other interesting thing is the outbound. So I was talking about inbound when customers are calling you. What about when you are calling customers? It has power dialer and everything else. Like, for example, you can actually listen to let's say you have a team member who just does calls, you can actually listen in within the calls while it's going on without disturbing the call. You can hear recorded versions and train and do training based on these. Our dialer actually calls multiple people, and whenever they get a positive response, immediately you can hear. So you're not actually spending time calling a lot of people. And then in North America, as you know, people don't actually pick up calls. Obviously, all of us don't. Mostly spam calls are coming. So you'd hit their voicemail, and every time you have to give a new voicemail. So you can actually automate that also with something called voicemail drop, where once the voicemail comes in, automatically you press a button and a pre-recorded thing is sent to them. So you don't have to keep repeating the same voicemail to people again and again. It just saves a lot of time. And like I explained, the call recording and tracking is there, so you can see how many calls were made, who received it, and all of that. So that's interesting as well. So that's how I got started and got hooked to GHL. Another great feature is the unified inbox. So this is a problem we always had. So we have many channels of getting customer interaction. So we have a Facebook page, we have where people message us or inbox us. We have Instagram. We have WhatsApp number where people message us. We have the website, a contact us form where people send us messages. And then we have direct text messages also to our corporate line. So many channels, and at the same time, people are messaging or asking questions. And now recently, we have also put a web chat in our website, so people can also directly chat with, and that's kind of built with AI. So problem is you lose track what's happening, and you don't always work 24 hours. So at night or when your office is closed, you're receiving messages and then there's no response. So you're missing the customers. So what HL does is it unifies everything. So once you connect HL to all of these channels, you see one inbox, regardless of where the message is coming from. So from one inbox, your sales team can actually respond, or even if you don't have a sales team, it's only you. You can respond to all the messages in one place. You don't have to switch between WhatsApp, my website, I have to write an email, nothing like this. And it's a very interesting stat that I think is so important. The odds of qualifying a lead decrease 80% after the first 5 minutes. And in most cases, we don't really respond to leads for hours. And this happened to me last week, or no, not last week, I think 2 weeks ago, just before Christmas or immediately after, I forgot. I was looking for a plumber and I called 4 plumbers in the city. 3 of them had no response, didn't pick up, they didn't text me back, but one did immediately. And I knew from the text it's an automated text, but I still felt good. And I actually went with that person because he kept in touch with me. And he could do this because of, I don't know if he's using GHL, but he set up things. So whenever he's not there, still I got a message saying, oh, we have received your message or we have received your call. So that made a big difference. And they have introduced something called conversation AI. It just doesn't show you messages. It also replies if you set it up like that. So it will reply on your behalf and qualify also, leads if you can. And then I said they have this great thing called mixed call text back. So if you are not in your phone or you're busy in a meeting and somebody has called you, it will text back that person and then, and it will give them the idea that, oh, I am aware of you and I'll get back to you. So that's really helpful. J3 is the workflow engine. Then I'll actually show you how this works. This is the only thing I'll directly show from GoHighLevel. This is very interesting. So you know how when we send quotations out to customers and then we forget sometimes and they even forget when it's like 20 people that we have sent quotations to, it's really difficult to manage. So what you can do, and you can do so many things here, I'm just showing you one thing. They have something called workflows. So what I can set is a trigger initially. So the trigger is in a particular pipeline. So every opportunity or leads you can see in a pipeline visually, which I'll quickly show. You can say, okay, in this pipeline, if a lead has gone to this stage, let's say quotation has gone to them. In our case, it's negotiation or awaiting approval. Then wait for X number of days. So let's say I have said 7 days. And then if it's yes, you can actually send a pre. If the condition is yes, it has been met, 7 days and you have not heard back from the customer, there's no email. So it goes and checks actually if there's an email from the customer or if the pipeline has moved or not. So like we have said that, okay, customer is lost or customer has won, we have won the project, nothing has happened. So I'm calling it stale. So the proposal has become stale, the customer has become stale and we have to do something. So then you can actually send an automated text, email or you can actually create an automated task for your salespeople. Like let's say in my case, I have done this for my team member Onik. So he will get a message saying this automatically that you have to follow up. So when he opens his GoHighLevel every morning, he will see all these stale messages saying you need to follow up. It has been 7 days. You have sent the code. So this is brilliant because you just can set this up and forget. It will remind you, or even if you don't want reminders and you just want to directly follow up with the client, you can do that as well. So I honestly love this, and I've been using this regularly. Also, you can create SMS confirmation SMSs. Just assume that you're a hairstylist, and so someone has booked a appointment. So you can send them a confirmation SMS, and they will feel good, and they will also remember. And then SMS can also be like you can update your calendar with this time if you want. It automatically shows and gives them 24 hours or 1 hour, whatever you want, 5 hour reminders so that there's no show because they might forget. So this is also very helpful for in small businesses where you don't have to, keep on reminding people to come. And I've seen this, a lot of people forget, especially on discovery calls or complimentary calls where they've not really paid. So they don't really have the urgency that, oh, I need to go because, I've not really paid for it. And even when people pay for it, sometimes they forget. So this is a cool feature. Feature 4 is reputation management. So whenever we do projects, we forget to get reviews and testimonials from customers. This can be all automated with GoHighLevel. So once a project is finished in the pipeline, the system will wait, and then after a while, whatever you say, 5 hours, one day, it will send a message out and keep on following up also in a nice way after 1 week, 2 weeks. So hey, you've still not given us a review, and so on, and get reviews for your business in Google, which again helps your SEO. So if you have great reviews and regular reviews, it really helps. And also it helps with content. When you have a lot of review and testimonials, you can actually use them in a website, in any marketing content you're creating. So this is a cool feature as well. Found GoHighLevel has. Again, another big problem we all have is we need to pay a huge amount to make websites and especially landing pages. Maybe we have a website, but we don't have a landing page for a particular thing. So let's say Francis was saying in 2026 she wants to use AI, and maybe she has an offer like for these businesses in Zealand and in other places. And now she wants to create a very quick landing page. So GoHighLevel has the complete website builder, drag and drop. You don't have to be a coder, and you can create websites within the system within GoHighLevel. And then if someone fills that form in the contact form, it automatically comes to the CRM also. So you don't have to manually do any data entry or anything. Automated calendars, you know you don't have to use Calendly at all. GoHighLevel has its own calendar. You can actually set systems like that, and then share that link to people for anything like booking your discovery calls or actually booking paid services from you. All can be done within GoHighLevel. The AI suite, one of the last things today, I was talking about it, that everyone claims AI, but GHL is really good with it. So, in the last half a year, because 2025 launched most of the AI things, 500,000 voice calls were handled, and it saved about 8,800 hours for staff time of customers who use GHL. More than 161,000 appointments were booked by AI bots, which would have been completely lost because a lot of these were done on off times, like when the the office was closed. Because maybe someone is at home at night and suddenly they've thought, oh, I need to do a booking for a barber or my hairdresser, and then the AI has actually assisted. So the AI suite is really good if you want to use it, and they have actually done good work instead of just using AI fluffily. So I found that to be very interesting. Some of the things I didn't cover today are membership and course. Like literally, they have a full module for people who want to create courses and have a community. So if you have courses, you can actually sell it host them within GoHighLevel. You can sell it through HighLevel, and you can actually maintain your community also in HighLevels. No extra fees. It's just the one fee that you pay every month. Payment is also there integrated, so you can actually have text to pay links. Like you're talking to a customer and they said, okay, I want to go with you, so how can I pay you? While you're in the call, you can send them a text. It's as easy as that. Or They have a mobile app also where you can do many things. But if let's say you have a small store and you don't have these fancy payment machines or anything, POS machines, your phone can actually become a tap to pay POS machine if you want. Even that's there. We all suffer from social media planning. Like we have posts and then we don't know, we forget to sometimes post. So this can also act as a scheduler for your posts. So if you have, let's say this month I want to do 2 posts in Facebook, 3 in Instagram, 4 in LinkedIn, you can schedule everything inside GoHighLevel and it will automatically go and post on your behalf. So that's also a cool feature. Another thing that North Americans really struggle is affiliate management. We are shy to talk about commissions and affiliate fees and finders fees, and also it's a big problem to even manage it. I used to do like Excel sheets and Google Sheets to manage affiliates, like okay, people who have helped me get leads or helped me get projects, and I'll calculate everything there for their view, for transparency, and it's a lot of manual work for me. But with this, with the affiliate management tool they have, you can actually create unique URLs for your friends and people who are even your customers who are willing to go and sell for you, like promote you, and then they can see they have their own portal where they can see, oh, okay, I have sold so much for Affan this month, and this is my commission. And then after a while, you can just do the payout. The payout cannot be done through GHL yet, but everything else can be done in GHL. And finally, it has complete WordPress and cloud hosting, so you don't actually have to pay your hosting. You only need to buy a domain, but you don't have to have the hosting cost also, which we have monthly or annually. So that's another cool feature. So what's the ROI? The ROI is freedom, I think. It's just not about money in terms of just savings because you're using one tool. It's the opportunity cost also. Like when you're missing one customer, for someone where that ticket is very high, let's say one lost customer is $2,000. One call that you have missed can be very important, or one lead that you forgot to follow up can become very big for you in terms of cost. And finally, I think for me, this is the most important. I wanted to do business to actually get some freedom in life. But then at some point in life, I realized that being an owner meant I've become, how should I say, like a prisoner to my own business. Because if I was working, after 5, I can switch off. But as a business owner, I'm working 24/7, really. I'm a shitty boss myself. I never give myself holidays. So I suddenly found myself that I wanted to save time, be more free in with life and do things. But I've become like a prisoner. So any time saved is great for me, honestly. And that is my big vision now. How can I free myself more with delegation, with creating automations, with using lovely softwares like this? So that's for me, that is the big thing, that it saves so much time, even for me as a business owner. And I can see everything in one, how much sales has happened, how many leads are there this month. All of that, they have a great dashboard where you can see all. Just quickly, I'm sure you have questions in terms of pricing. So the starter package is more than good enough. It's at $97 if you want to buy directly, but then you can also be part of sub accounts. Like I am a part of a sub account. So one set of customers do not go into the other customers. For people who are working with many businesses, they're kind of like an agency. For them, this is good, 97. And if you're a pro and you want to sell a lot of products within GoHighLevel, then 497. So this is the base price. They have a little bit of usage prices, but this is very cheap. Like even when I use it, they don't come to even $20-$30 a month for me. So email is 67 cents per 1,000 emails. If you compare to MailChimp, for 1,000 emails, it's about $100 plus more monthly. SMS and texting is $1.5 per 100 messages. It's also not very expensive. Phone calls, if you are doing outbound, not inbound, if you're calling people, then it's $1.4 per 100 minutes of calls. And if you have the AI employee chat or voice, it's 97 flat. So that is another good thing about GoHighLevel is everything is mostly a flat fee, with the exception of some of these usages. I would actually send this out to Bernie, and then he'll share with the team, with everyone here present, for others in the group, some resources which is helpful for you to go through. And that brings me to the end of my presentation.
To reach the podcast hosts, email them at info@creativeinsight.com or by the website creativeinsight.com, spelled KREATIVISIGHT.com. To reach Wayne at his email, wayne@motive8u.ca, that is MOTIVE, the numeral 8 and the letter u.ca, or his website, motive8u.ca. If you would like to be a guest on this podcast and share your knowledge, let us know. We would also appreciate your feedback on the content or format. Check the show notes for more details. For these podcasts, we like to acknowledge the support and thanks to the following people. Carl Richards from Podcast Solutions Made Simple, a renowned podcast expert. Fred Crouch, who is the Property Wizard podcaster, where Bernie is a co-host. Jovan Strika from @Hive, a co-working space that is more than just a space. Then Melanie Weber, Bernie's invaluable business partner, and Wayne Pratt from Motivate You Inc., who serves as both a coach and co-host of these podcasts. Disclaimer. Please note that the Knack for Business podcast episodes are meant solely for educational and general informational purposes. The information and opinions contained within are not intended to be professional advice on any subject matter. The thoughts, views, and opinions expressed by the participants are their own personal beliefs and do not represent the views of the podcast hosts or any affiliated organizations. It is important to note that this podcast is not a replacement for consulting with certified experts in your area who possess knowledge of your unique situation. The hosts of the podcast, along with any participants or affiliated groups, do not take responsibility for any actions taken or not taken based on the information presented in this episode. It is highly recommended that individuals seek guidance from their own personal advisors in fields such as accounting, law, or other pertinent areas prior to undertaking any actions or making decisions that may impact their financial, legal, or other aspects of life.